Hey guys, we're going to be doing the new Water Dragon with all mods except Attack and Magic and the big Defense and Spirit mod. So here's the party we're going to use, and it's day one, figuring out the boss. Not a perfect run. I am figuring things out as we go. So, because the boss does crazy damage, we're going to be using General Celeste to mitigate that. She does 80% general, 80% magic, and 80% aqua mitigation on her LB in the base form. Sky is going to break and double hit. Roberta is... oh my god, I just realized another problem. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Roberta is going to Rousing, Aquatic, and Dragon. Esther is going to just Provoke. Kresnik is going to Stimulant. Chow is going to Focused, True Guardian, and Curaja. Okay, so the boss does Chromatic Wave, which ignores cover, does magic damage, and is very painful, to say it lightly. But with General Celeste's mitigation, it's pretty fine. It's going to hurt a little bit in the early part, like 3,500, because we've got bad morale at the moment. So as long as it doesn't kill you on turn 1, we should be fine. Yeah, we're fine at this point. Okay. So we do need to fill Celeste's LB every single turn, basically. Which is really frustrating, but doable. So we're going to use her LB again as the first action. Roberta is going to... what are we going to do? We're going to Morale, we're going to Inferno, and we're going to Magnus in the shift form. Sky is going to hit the boss 3 times. Esther is going to triple break. That triple Shatterbolt. That fills morale gauge. Kresnik is going to imbue the boss with light this turn. Chow is going to what are we doing on turn 1, 2, 3? Turn what is cover and double morale. Oh, we need healing. Ugh, we need healing. Okay, so we're actually going to cover, Most Loyal, and Curaja. Yeah, we needed healing. Okay. Yeah, as long as we've got General Celeste's LB up, we're pretty fine with the boss's Chromatic Wave. I guess technically he could go like 10 times because it is RNG, but usually he only does it like 3 or 4 times, sometimes up to 5. So it's only, yeah, as you say, now the Chromatic Wave damage has been reduced to only 1,000 damage. Very, very low and survivable with General Celeste. Now, this is a problem. General Celeste did not fill her LB gauge. That'll happen sometimes, and it's miserable when it does. I hate when it happens. So we're going to hope to fill her LB gauge with some crystal drops because we need that LB, and it is not happening at the moment. All right, let's Morale. Let's... I guess, technically speaking, I could fill it with this. I didn't want to do that, but we're going to have to. So we're going to Mega Breath. Yeah, I didn't want to do that skill, but okay. We need her LB, though. Gotta have it. Kresnik is going to Antioxidant to cure Imperils this turn. Sky, what is this doing? Sky. This turn, Sky is going to LB for the stack as well as morale or accuracy down. And Chow is going to Provoke, Guardian, and Most Loyal. Now, the Esther's Provoke and the front party slot is overriding Chow's Provoke, so that's okay. Alright. So let's see here. Yeah, the problem I realized earlier is I didn't equip a Spirit Break, and that's going to hurt Roberta's damage a large amount. I do have one on Ramu, which we're going to use, but yeah, I would have rather a better one. Alright, thankfully we got General Celeste's LB pretty easily right here, so that's good news. Let's go ahead and do that first so we can get it refilled again. We're going to base form LB of Roberta. Sky is going to go back to the base form. We're going to Magnus again, and then just hit twice. We're going to get ready for bursting next turn with Esther, so we're going to Magnus, and then just do her setups. And if I'm going a little bit quickly, I'll be posting a real guide later. This is just like the learning attempt for you guys to see how I work things out. We're going to fill a bunch of morale with Kresnik in the base form, and then Chow is going to do the same thing. We're going to True, Most Loyal, and True. We need to fill that morale gauge, preferably all the way, which we didn't do, but that's probably going to be okay. Actually, morale was really bad. Chow had horrible counters that time, and that feels real bad. We might not even push this first threshold. I don't know. We're going to find out in a second. But, yeah, this is not what I want to see on this first threshold at 9% morale. Chow was really unfortunate on those counters. Makes me feel bad. Okay, but anyway, we're going to go for that first burst. And the boss does have a defense and spirit buff up, so this is going to be a pretty low damage burst, but it shouldn't be too bad. So we're going to quad with Roberta and Mystic Breath. She imbued us earlier. We're going to shift and Sky Flurry with Sky. Esther is going to LB. Kresnik is going to support chain that LB. Chow is going to refill or refresh all his stuff. So we're going to Guard, Kind, and True Guardian. General Celeste on this turn, I should have given her, it's too late. We're going to Curega a few times. Let's go ahead and do the attack and magic buff. Alright, so we're going to send Roberta, and we're going to wait a moment. Then we're going to send the other guys. Okay, perfect. Threshold's been pushed. 1.7, yeah, that was pretty bad, but the morale was really bad there, so that's okay. The big burst comes later. We're going to be doing a turn 8 burst. Now, because we crossed it on turn 5, we skipped a lot of the boss's buffs, which makes it pretty easy to survive in Phase 2 because of the way we did that. Now, we do need a lot of healing, so we're going to do medicinal. We're going to do double medicinal, and we're going to do a antioxidant to cure debuffs. Alright, Esther on this turn, unfortunately, does not have her LB filled. Yeah, we're okay on breaks for the moment. That's actually not that big a deal. Let's go ahead and shift and do a double killer and Inferno Breath for the re-imbue. Sky back to the base form. We're going to do the Magnus and... Oh, whoop. Not that. We're going to do Magnus and some other stuff. Esther in the shift form is killing me. You're killing me. You don't have your LB. Why? Alright. I guess, do we need morale? Not really. Chow did his thing a minute ago, so we could technically entrust Esther, but I'm kind of concerned about... Oh my god, I almost missed it. Almost missed it. We need focused inspiration. That is really important. Let's do this. And I guess Esther, because she's a derp and didn't fill her gauge. Oh my god. Esther, why? Courageous Roar, I guess? I gotta give Esther some LB fill in the base form, like LB per turn. Okay, so this is the last turn where we're gonna have to worry about General Celeste's LB, and as long as Chow does well on the counters or some crystal drops, we should be good on General Celeste. This is a little bit RNG. Oh, come on, you got it. You got it, we're good. Okay, so we're going to finish the boss off on turn 8. So, once again, mitigate with General Celeste. Let's have Roberta go back to the base form, and we're going to do Mega Breath. We're going to do Ignitos Domain, and we're going to do Rousing Roar. Okay. Sky is going to Tyvus STMR. The boss doesn't have a defense and spirit buff this phase, so that's really nice. Go back to the base form with Esther, where she's currently provoking. Oh, is she provoking? I don't think she is. This might be a slight problem. Uh-oh. I can provoke with Chow. It's fine. Chow's good. Chow's got this. Alright, let's fill some LB with Chow, and let's... Not LB, let's fill some morale. And we're going to medicinal, and this. Okay, so we should be good at this point. Okay, so now we're going to be bursting next turn for that big damage burst. Chromatic Wave has been reduced to 900 damage a pop, not a problem anymore. Yeah, if you don't have General Celeste, I will figure out a way to survive it later, but for now, we are just dealing with General Celeste. Okay. Wait for all this to finish. Now we're going to go ahead and go for that big burst turn. And we're going to try to get 2.5 or better. I'm not sure if we will or not. We do have max morale, and the boss doesn't have a defense buff anymore. Okay, so because I forgot to do Tulian's TMR, we're going to use D-Shell from Chow to break the boss's spirit. Kresnik is going to chain. General Celeste, I'm going to stick her on an Esper for breaking in the future. Okay, so just for morale, we're going to Kurega. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to LB, because she can actually cap a little bit. We're going to quad Mystic Breath. Sky is going to shift. We have Tyvus' STMR at this point, so we're going to do Sky Flurry. And Esther is going to LB. The LB field is up at this point. We're going to attack in Magic. We're going to Defense and Spirit. In order to get more morale points, we're going to HP and MP. We're going to fully restore HP. We're going to boost stone resistance. Don't click this freaking top one. It dispels your party and has ruined multiple runs because I clicked it by accident. Okay, so we're going to start the chain with Roberta. Wait. The chain is nice and built. Then we're going to send everyone else. And, okay, we'll see what kind of damage we did. This is not an optimized run yet. I'm still working this out. Oh my goodness, I could have turned on some mods. 3.8. Beautiful. Huh. Yeah, I'd have to figure out a way to survive longer in phase 1 as I extended it. And then I would have to... Yeah, I'd have to extend the clear longer. And if I don't kill on turn 8, he gets an attack and magic buff that's unremovable, and that's going to be a concern. Huh, I'll have to figure out what to do here. And I didn't have a good Spirit Break for Roberta, but she's really not a huge DPS anyway. She's a support unit for the most part. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I technically need Chow and General Celeste on the party. I think Celeste could probably be good on her own. I'm rank 1 at the moment. Oh yeah, oh, it's not updated. So the number 1 is 627. I'm at... Oh, I passed that score up pretty hard. It's, of course, the first day. That really doesn't count that much. But, yeah, okay, anyway. So, I could definitely turn this modifier on. Could I still damage cap? I mean, I did 2.8. I did 3.8. We only needed 2.8. And this is not optimized at all. I could definitely figure out a way to optimize score. As far as this one goes, that's going to be a little bit trickier. This guy freaking hurts. And even with General Celeste, this one is like, oof. Big oof. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, let's go ahead and look at the party I used. And this is, again, not the guide. I will play with real guides later. So here's the party. You want Esther in the front row because she's our provoker. Technically, this might not be required. I don't know. I'm working things out. But for the moment, I wanted her provoking. So here's the party we're using, and here's the party order we're using. So Esther's in the front. Base form. Great sword. Full evasion. 100% evasion with double colorful lay. Chain cap up. Killers. This is a great killer, by the way. It's a really cheap one, too. It's Aqua and Dragon Killer. It's for a 3-star unit. Hopefully you have 5 of those like I do. And there you go. And 7,000 attack power, only EX2. 275 LB. 300 aquatic, 300 dragon. There we go. Shift form, full evasion, provoke, using a fire weapon. A lot of LB fill. Full evasion, yeah, LB fill, and there it is. She's the provoker, and we had, well, that didn't matter. Sky in the base form, fire weapon, full evasion, Tyvus' spirit, there we go. Some spirit, so you don't die to the waves. Shift form, doesn't need any bulk. We're doing with a great sword build, so there we go. Killers, LB damage, the usual. Maxed LB, Max Dragon, 225 Aquatic. And it's kind of funny. I just made fun of this card yesterday saying who would ever use this. Well, look at this. Sky's using it. So shame on me for saying that. Apparently this card is better than I thought. There we go. I can admit when I'm wrong. Base form Roberta is using 50% evasion. And the reason for that is on turn 4 and 7, we're in the base form, and we're not. Actually, we don't need 100% evasion. We only need 50. Yeah, 50 evasion with accuracy down. So there we go. There's the build. 7,000 magic, and maxed on everything. Yeah. Shift form is just evasion with a fire weapon, and then just like whatever support stuff. She buffs in the shift form on Clash of Wills. Chow, full evasion with some spirit, a little bit of ice and thunder resist, so he can do it. Counter up with Blizzard Ord Cypher Coat. There we go. There's his build. Didn't use the shift form. Maybe I could have capped, even though the boss is resistant to light. I mean, it's something. I don't know. I'll play with it. It's day 1. General Celeste. No, she is kind of a big deal for this because she has, with her LB, it's one turn only. You have to do it every single turn. 80% general, 80% magic, and 80% aquatic mitigation. So that is like the grand slam of mitigations for this fight. 80 to all three. There we go. We kept it up every single turn. 60 LB. It is hard to keep up. So 1,000% fill rate, 12 auto limit, and 100% evasion. So this is a little hard to build. There we go. Maxed evasion, maxed LB a turn, maxed fill rate. Here's how we're doing it. One more time I can show it to you. And we could have used a evasion card to make it a little bit easier. So there you go. We didn't use the shift form. Well, we started in the shift form for auto buffing, but that's like whatever. Don't need it. Start in the shift form though, so you don't auto cover, because she auto covers in the base form if you start there. So start in the shift form so you don't auto cover. Kresnik, full evasion, just spirit. That's it. Oh, and I gave him the lightning fast legend, and then shift form, exact same thing. And there we go. So, do we need full evasion? I don't know. The boss has accuracy on turns 2 and 3. We imbued the boss with holy on turns 2 and 3. He doesn't have accuracy on turns 1 and 4. He would gain accuracy on turn 5, but I crossed the threshold on turn 5 and skipped the accuracy buff. So he had no accuracy on turns 5, 6, or 7 either. He would have had it on turn 8, and we couldn't have prevented that one, but we killed him on turn 8. So this is very similar to the way I did Arbораlis. Anyway, rank 1, day 1. I will figure out a way to increase my score, increase my modifiers. This team actually can't even go to EX16 because I'm not enough EX levels. I technically could do the shard step up tomorrow and get an EX3 General Celeste, but I'm going to hold off on that. Anyway, see you next time.